What's going on, everybody? Thanks for clicking on the video. Today, I'm going to show you how I take this and turn it into this. Alright guys, well today we are at Fish Pass on Mustang Island, and I'm just throwing out a double dropper rig with some fish bites, one crab and one shrimp. This is just a quick little clip of me catching a small pompano that we ended up keeping because it was a good size one. It wasn't as big as the last one I caught, but we ended up keeping it, and I ended up giving it to one of my dad's friends since we had something else bigger to eat. So on this day, my Uncle Mike had the hot hand and was hooking into just about everything. This was the first shark of the day that he hooked into. It appeared to be a blacktip, but I think it was closer to a silky. But as I was trying to bring it in, it popped the line right there and stayed in this little area, in this little kind of crevice in between the rocks, but the waves picked it up and it went ahead and went on its way. So no harm, no foul. That happens sometimes when you're fishing in the jetties. But yeah, this one from here on out is he had another one hooked up about 15 to 20 minutes later, and both sharks were caught on squid, on frozen squid or fresh frozen squid. And you know, that's kind of surprising to me. I always thought they went for cut bait because I've caught them on shrimp before, but never squid. But that's what they were feeling for that day, so I was just giving them directions, trying to get to the right spot. And like the best way to do it, you let the waves bring whatever fish, whether it be a red or a drum or sharks, you know, bring them over to you. And I just kind of grabbed him. He was just big enough to where he couldn't get all the way around. He measured out at about 34 inches. Almost. There you go.
Can't put him on a stringer.
Huh?
You can put him on a stringer. What can you do with it?
And this is just another angle of that shark coming in with the wave and me grabbing it. That's my Uncle Mike up there on the rocks. As you can see, that's over here at Fish Pass. When you jump on these rocks, you know, it's definitely hard to traverse, you know, from rock to rock, especially when you're fighting a fish. You know, I can't imagine how tough it is when you're catching or you're hooked into, say, a 45-inch or 40-inch red that's sending you, you know, somewhere else. Almost like my dad got hooked into here. So to our surprise, this was actually a really big stingray my dad hooked into. It sent me all the way up to the left side of the rocks, and I had to come jumping back around. It was really giving us the runaround, surprisingly, and peeling a lot of drag. Of course, the wind was pretty strong up here, so the audio isn't great. But we were able to get him in, and we realized he's just too big to handle and deal with, so we got him to this rock. I gave the line a little tug to get his weight on it, and basically just popped the leader. And so all he had was just, you know, a bear hook in his mouth, which will rust out here in probably a couple of days. So he kind of got stuck to that rock, but we waited a few minutes. I watched him, and he just big wave came and took him off the rocks. Here, my wife is just cutting up these pieces of shark that we're going to use for the aguachile in the real small cubes to make the cook time a little bit easier. We're going to be making it with shrimp. We have a pound of shrimp for 2 small fillets of shark. We use the rest to grill, and as you can see, it's got a real bright color contrast to the shrimp. But this is a pound of shrimp and a few pieces of shark. And we squeezed about 8 limes worth of lime juice, and you just want to submerge everything, keep everything together, put some clear wrap over it, and set it in the fridge for about an hour, and everything should cook just fine. Now here's a very important step that we recommend you not to skip. You should gut out and get all the water out of the inside of the cucumbers before you cut them, because it's just going to water down your ceviche or your aguachile with all the water that's in the seeds. So you basically just de-seed the cucumbers and just cut them into small chunks like this, just big enough to make a aguachile with. It's not too difficult. You don't have to do anything crazy. Just small uniform chunks would work. And this is Oreo, because I really wanted to get them on a video. And in the back over here is Serene. They both say hello. Well, Serene's not really going up for it. So for the sauce, we just used 1 serrano. Granted, it was a big serrano, a head of cilantro, or just a bunch of cilantro, and some salt and pepper. Based on how your spice preferences, you can change the serrano amounts. We recommend you start with half and testing it, because some are hotter than others. We found that out because the one we used was rather large and it was very spicy for us. So we just added a little bit more cilantro and some lime juice, and it brought that heat down to where we would like it. Just warm enough to enjoy it. After an hour of the fish sitting in lime juice, and you stir every 30 minutes, add it to your cucumbers and go ahead and add your sauce you just made. All there's left to do is just to incorporate everything. Let's sit in the fridge for about 15 minutes. We cut up some red onion and avocado for like a garnish, just addings that you can personally do. Some people add them directly in there, but we like to do it on the side and kind of make our own tostadas with it. For the rest of the shark fillets that we have, I'm just seasoning it with salt and garlic powder. Right now, I'm going to add black pepper, but towards the end of the cook in the pan, I'm going to treat these things exactly like you would a steak, because I want to just taste the shark. It's been years and years since I've had it. We used to have it, when I was growing up, I used to go and catch them and we would steak them up and eat them like that. It's just been years, so I really wanted to taste the fish, and I wanted to taste the shark alone. So I added some salt, some garlic, some oil to the pan, let it come up. It's about medium-high heat, and what you want to hear is that searing right when you put it into a pan. It was about between a 6 and a 7 on our dial, on our stove, so just a reference point. But you want to hear that nice sear. That way in a good non-stick pan, that way you're getting that caramelization underneath the fish, underneath your shark. That way it's cooking well. After about 3 minutes on that one side, I flipped them over just so that I can get the same kind of caramelization on the other side. And I went ahead and added some butter as well, just to, add a little bit more to the flavor, get a little bit more for it to cook into. And at this point, towards the end of this clip, I started adding the black pepper, because if you add the black pepper too early, I've found that it can get bitter. So that's why I add black pepper towards the end of my cooks now, just because it has that more peppery flavor that you're looking for. Wow. Man. It tastes like pork. It's perfect. That's incredible. We're gonna eat shark more, babe. We're gonna eat shark more. I'm very good, babe. I'm very good. Can't go wrong with Aguachile. Again, thank you all for clicking on the video. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and drop a like. Please subscribe as well. Comment what you want to see next. Hit the bell so you know when the new videos are going to come out. I have a lot of things planned. Really excited. We're in winter, but winter here in the valley is not that bad. So definitely going to be getting out there. Got some spots I'm going to try. But I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.